Okay, first I would like to have this opportunity to give thanks to our Almighty God for creating Ganoderma and gives benefit to the entire human race. And I thank also Dr. Lim Xiao Jin for having a DXN company and is available to more than 180 countries and giving this great technology of having Ganoderma to be used for mankind. And thank you also to DXN Philippines for inviting me to share this important event in sharing the good news of DXN products to our country. And also to Mr. Jun Antonio, salamat sa kanyang persistence and for being so makulit na kahit dito ako sa US ay sinusundan to have this opportunity to speak and share the goodness of Ganoderma. So we have our Dixon logo. I know that all of us are, or most of us are familiar with this. Now, the goodness of Ganoderma is a very broad topic that even in my entire lifetime, hindi ko matapos tong i-discuss or i-share, no? But I would like to share in this limited time whatever info I can share. And there are actually more than 200 plus species of Ganoderma. And there are the famous other species, the Ganoderma chugai, Ganoderma aplanatum, Ganoderma oregonense, and Ganoderma polychromum. And of course, we have the most common among tropical countries, the Ganoderma lucidum, wherein pinakamaraming research studies ang nagawa sa Ganoderma lucidum species. So we will focus on Ganoderma lucidum only. So this is a picture of Ganoderma lucidum in the wild. And this is a picture of Ganoderma lucidum in Malaysia, cultured. And thanks to the great technology brought by our DXN founder, Dr. Lim. So we have three parts in our presentation today. First, we will share Ganoderma as food. And second, what are the nutritional benefits and some medical benefits. First, Ganoderma as food. So our license with the Bureau of Food and Drugs, our DXN products are mostly food supplements. So being food, anong maibibigay niya sa ating katawan? So we'll define what is food. Food is our products derived from plants or animals that can be taken into the body to yield energy and nutrients for the maintenance of life and the growth and repair of tissues. So food, galing siya sa plants or animals na pag pinasok sa ating katawan, makapagbigay siya ng lakas or energy, mga masustansya for the maintenance of life at para sa ating kalusugan, growth and repair of tissues. And let's start to take a look if Ganoderma, anong mga nutrients na maibibigay niya sa ating katawan. Let's recall a little bit of what we learned from our elementary science, the basic food groups. Para tayo mabuhay, we need to have this on our day-to-day basis, part sa ating diet. So we have the carbs or carbohydrates, the fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Itong carbs at saka fats, ito ay nagbibigay sa atin ng energy or lakas so we can continue to work. And then the proteins for bodybuilding for those people who are growing up, children and teenagers, it helps them grow. For us adults, it helps maintain bodily functions, repair of body tissues, and for basic metabolism sa ating katawan, kailangan natin ng proteins. And of course, the vitamins and minerals for normal body functions sa loob ng ating katawan ay necessary also. And of course, merong pang-anim na water. Now, these 6 food groups are narrowed down into three. So, alam natin yung go, grow, at saka glow. So, yung go, yung carbs at saka fats, categorize siya as go. And then the proteins as grow. And then pampatangkad. And then the glow, the vitamins and the minerals. Ang water, hindi siya sinama dito kasi it does not give calories. It does not give energy, but it's very important in body metabolism. In fact, 70 to 80% of our system is water. So hindi tayo mabuhay kung walang water. Yan. So what is the composition of Ganoderma as food? So bakit siya naging food? Anong meron? So the fresh mushroom Ganoderma, it contains 90% water. So parang sa ating katawan, no? Ano tayo, 70 to 80%. So the mushroom Ganoderma is 90% water. The 10%, the solid part, are these following. So itong 10%, ito yung breakdown. So 10 to 40% is protein. So pinakamarami protein. Then second, 3 to 32% is fiber. So alam natin yung katawan, no, fiber para maging normal yung ano natin, digestive system. And then 3 to 28% carbohydrates. 8 to 10% is ash, sa Tagalog abo or sa Bisaya abo. And actually this is a byproduct of the burning of organic. And it is the residue yung natira in the form of calcium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, chlorides, magnesium, and sulfur. So these are important minerals needed for our body. And meron pang panghuli, that 2 to 8% fat. And the type of fat that is found in Ganoderma is the polyunsaturated. So merong saturated fats, yun yung galing sa hayop, and which is by nature solids. So if you recall, yung magluto kayo ng beef at saka pork, yung natirang sabaw, makita nyo yung sibo na tumitigas. Kahit iwanan nyo sa table, na after few hours, nakita nyo tumigas. No? Pag yan ang diet ng isang tao araw-araw, so yung fat na kinakain ay tendency masubrahan, magbara din yun sa ating system. But the type of fat found in plants is mostly polyunsaturated, and it is liquids in nature. Okay. So, but our Ganoderma is dried, no? Pag na-dry na siya, yun yung, ang karamihan na matira, yun yung solid part. Okay? Katulad ng, recall, bumili ka ng pusit na fresh. So, halimbawa, 200, 300 per kilo. Bumili ka ng pusit na dried. So, 1,000 ang price or more. Kasi ano na siya, yung natitirang ano na, mostly the solid part. Okay, so then we have other bioactive compounds and molecules. So we have these polysaccharides. These polysaccharides, they are also carbohydrates. An example of one polysaccharide that is found in our Ganoderma is the chitin. This is found in the cell wall of mushrooms. And then the second is peptidoglycans. Peptidoglycans, these are combinations of sugars and amino acids. Itong amino acids, these are building blocks of proteins. So pag i-break down mo yung mga ulam, proteins, ang mangyari is it is a combination of amino acids. And amino acids, there are 20 alpha amino acids, and 10 of them are essential amino acids. And those 10 essential amino acids are found in Ganoderma lucidum. Then we have the triterpenes and triterpenoids. So most of you who have been with Dixon for a long time, you are all familiar with this. And these triterpenes and triterpenoids, there are more than 100 of them in Ganoderma. And 50 of these 100 kinds of triterpenes in Ganoderma 50 are unique to Ganoderma lucidum. Ibig sabihin, sa out of the 100 triterpenes na meron, yung 50 dyan ay only found in Ganoderma. The other 50, they can be found in other plants or found in nature as well. Then we have this organic germanium. This germanium is important, and it also gives health benefits. The second part of our lecture, I will explain the benefits of all these components. But this germanium, this is also present or found in ginseng, aloe vera, and garlic. And then we have the main minerals. We have phosphorus, silicon, sulfur, potassium, calcium, magnesium. And in small amounts, we can find iron, sodium, zinc, copper, manganese, selenium, and strontium. Strontium is a rare mineral or element. And then, of course, we have several vitamins, the vitamin B complex, B1, B2, and B6. What else? Meron pa. Other compounds that are found in our Ganoderma are enzymes. Enzymes such as the metalloprotease. These enzymes, they break down proteins para yung proteins, pag ma-breakdown siya, yung mga compounds niya, yung mga sustansya na ay magiging available sa katawan. So enzymes are important. Every minute, every second of our life, yung enzymes ay gumagalaw inside our cells. And then there's also the ergosterol. Ergosterol is a relative of cholesterol, and this ergosterol is a pro-vitamin D. Ibig sabihin, precursor ng vitamin D. So hindi magawa ang vitamin D pag walang ergosterol. And then we have nucleotides, the adenosine and guanosine. These are components of our DNA and RNA. So these are basically the components of Ganoderma. Anong meron sa Ganoderma? Bakit siya food? Okay, so let's go to the nutritional benefits. Ano ang mga benefits sa yung mga nakaka-nosebleed na binanggit ko lahat kanina? Yung iba sa atin hindi pa natin narinig or minsan-minsan lang natin marinig. Anong mga benefits nun sa katawan? So ang tanong natin, yung kanina nabanggit tayo, no, yung 6 or basic food groups, yung carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals. So ang tanong natin sa Ganoderma, meron ba siyang carbohydrates? Kasi kanina nabanggit natin na yung 6 basic food groups kailangan nating kakainin araw-araw para tayo mabuhay. So we need carbs every day. We need fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, water. So question is, does Ganoderma contain carbohydrates? Ang sagot dyan ay yes. Does Ganoderma contain fats or lipids? Yes. Does Ganoderma contain proteins? Yes, also. Vitamins? Yes. Minerals? Yes. Water? Yes. In fact, the fresh mushroom contains 90% water. So, anong ibig sabihin? Kompleto pala, no? So, ibig sabihin, kung kakain ka lang ng Ganoderma, kompleto na nandiyan na pala lahat, no? So, what are these carbohydrates that are found in Ganoderma? Kanina, we mentioned already these polysaccharides and peptidoglycans. So these are carbohydrates, and we know that carbohydrates provide energy. And that is why for 7 years that I have been with DXN, I have heard so many users na nag-almusal lang sila ng spirulina at saka DXN coffee, hindi sila napagod, no? Nakapag-sustain ng energy throughout the whole morning. Why? Because our very own Ganoderma already contains polysaccharides and peptidoglycans, and they serve as energy giving as carbs. And fats, what are some fats? Fats are also termed lipids, no, in chemistry. So we have, I mentioned kanina yung polyunsaturated. And the famous triterpenes and the triterpenoids, by the way, these triterpenes and triterpenoids are interchangeable yan. Ano lang yan, they are almost the same. So, they are categorized under lipids or fats. At alam natin yung fats and lipids, they also provide energy. And then we have proteins. So nabanggit ko kanina that Ganoderma contains all the essential amino acids. Now, for those of you who have taken some medical course or like nursing, physical therapy, or some of you having medical degrees, we learned the essential and non-essential amino acids. So there are 10 essential amino acids. Remember the private methyl, the phenylalanine, valine, threonine, tryptophan, methionine, arginine, histidine, isoleucine, leucine, lysine. Essential amino acids. Ibig sabihin, kailangan natin sa ating katawan kasi our body cannot produce them. So we need these amino acids daily sa ating pagkain. Yung non-essential amino acids, we're talking of proteins here. Itong mga amino acids, ano yan? Yung bahagi siya ng protein. So ito, nasa ulam to. Whether protein na galing sa nuts or galing sa animals. The non-essential, hindi ibig sabihin na hindi kailangan ng katawan. Kailangan siya ng katawan, ngunit our body can manufacture them. Okay, so our Ganoderma contains all essential amino acids. Yung binanggit ko kanina na 10. Now, when we were in medical school, para maluloko mi noon pag memorize noon, kaya kasama talaga yun sa exam. Then we have vitamins. So our Ganoderma contains the vitamin B complex, yung na-mention ko kanina, it contains vitamin D. Alam natin yung B complex, kailangan needed siya for proper metabolism. Yung vitamin D needed for para sa ating structure, sa ating katawan, sa buto. Ang vitamin K is for blood clotting. Para hindi tayo madaling mag-bleed, no? Pag matamaan tayo ng mga sakit, hindi madaling mag-bleed because we have vitamin K. And of course, vitamin A, kailangan siya sa ating mata, sa skin, at sa mga linings ng ating katawan. And vitamin C in small amounts. So merong vitamins ang ating Ganoderma. Minerals. So we have phosphorus, silicon. I will not discuss all of this kasi maabutan tayo ng hating gabi. Dito sa amin, hating gabi na. So sa tanang buhay ko, ang DXN lang na I was able to share and become a speaker at midnight. But I'm happy to do that. Okay, so phosphorus, silicon, sulfur, potassium, calcium, magnesium, iron, sodium, zinc, copper, manganese, selenium, strontium, and germanium. These are all minerals na kailangan sa ating katawan. So I'll just mention some few na kailangan sa ating katawan is calcium, kailangan sa ating buto, especially when you reach 40 and above. O kahit wala ka pang 40, calcium is needed for other, hindi lang sa buto. No? For those people who are menstruating, calcium is important for blood clotting. For people who are athletes or doing physical activity, calcium is needed for muscular contraction. Okay, and people who are studying or using their brain a lot, calcium is needed for neurotransmitter release. Kailangan pala sa brain. So hindi lang sa buto. And of course, calcium is structure yan, kasama sa structure sa ating buto or sa ating bones. Magnesium is also for the bones, and alam natin yung iron for red blood cell, health ng red blood cell, and then all these others. Yung germanium, meron siyang health benefits, no? So scientists and the medical world has been using germanium because it helps lower high blood pressure, and it has good function in heart and cardiovascular health. So remember, we discussed these basic food groups carbohydrates, fats, proteins na kailangan sa ating katawan, and water. And remember, Ganoderma has all of them. Ganoderma has carbs, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and water. So ang tanong, is Ganoderma a superfood? So nakakarinig tayo ng mga superfood na pinopromote sa market. Now, the dictionary defines superfood as a food that is rich in compounds such as antioxidants, fiber, or fatty acids, and are beneficial to a person's health. So, ang tanong sa inyo dyan, the definition of superfood, pasok ba dyan ang Ganoderma? Yung Ganoderma ba na nabanggit natin kanina, is it rich in compounds? Does it contain antioxidants? Does it contain fiber, fatty acids, and is it beneficial to a person's health? And of course, kayo na ang sumagot dyan. Dahil ang next, the last parts sa ating lecture are the medicinal benefits. So, part of this topic, na very broad, the goodness of Ganoderma, I would like to share on some medicinal benefits of this mushroom. And let's take a look at this. And as when I joined DXN, the Crown Ambassador who shared to me, and I'm so grateful to Ma'am Sylvia Mbong, and she is now based in New Zealand. She shared to me that there are already 2,000 research studies conducted on Ganoderma. And these 2,000 research studies, these are conducted by scientists around the world, and not just by DXN scientists. And so, true enough, if you research on the internet, research on libraries, you can see lots and lots of research, even in YouTube, on Ganoderma Lucidum. So for this short period that we will share this afternoon in the Philippines, this morning here, what are some medicinal benefits? So first, we are familiar with this term antioxidant. Another is antihypertensive. Ibig sabihin ng antihypertensive, nakapagpa-lower ng hypertension or high blood pressure, anti-inflammatory, and hypocholesterolemic. Napaka naman ito mga termino. Ang ibig sabihin ng hypo is pababa or lower. Cholesterol ay cholesterol, alam natin yon. Okay, so antioxidant. Oxidation, the oxidative process, madali kang tatanda ang aging faster and quicker sa oxidation sa ating katawan because of chemicals, even the burning of fuel inside our body, will create toxins, byproducts of this metabolism. Of course, the outside chemicals, the toxins that comes inside, yung malalanghap natin, maiinom natin, makakain natin, they produce damage into our cells and tissues. But the antioxidant is, it will help prevent this damage. Okay, so antioxidant ang Ganoderma, no? And antihypertensive, proven and tested na it helps calm down, pampakalma ang Ganoderma. And anti-inflammatory, no? Many of you who are familiar with our Ganusi toothpaste, and sometimes we nickname it a magic toothpaste. Dahil pag nasa field ka, kinagat ka ng lamok or nangati yung balat mo, pahiran mo ng toothpaste, nawala. That was the experience of my 3 sisters from the US. Nagbakasyon dyan last year sa Philippines. So while we were in the field, pumunta kami nag-outing, naligo sa dagat. Of course, marami tayong lamok dyan. And then, nangati yung balat nila. The toothpaste was very effective thanks to the anti-inflammatory function of Ganoderma. And not only that, this anti-inflammatory function inside the cells. And we will share mamaya. And of course, yung hypocholesterolemic, pampababa ng cholesterol. In my 7 years of experience, I've been seeing a lot of patients na mataas ang cholesterol. And after a certain period of taking Ganoderma, even just with coffee, yung cholesterol level nila ay bumaba. Okay, now, we have a book, Herbal Medicine, Biomolecular and Clinical Aspects, produced by the National Library of Medicine and by the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, Maryland, USA. We find this, it's a combination of research. Napakaraming scientist ang contributor sa aklat na yan, and they found out that Ganoderma has all these properties or medicinal benefits. Then let's take a look at the triterpenes. Nabanggit natin kanina yung triterpenes. Alam natin, for those of you who have been with Dixon, nasa ano natin yan, nasa kit, no? Yung manual, yung parang aklat na binigay sa atin when we became members. Triterpenes, these are anti-inflammatory and hypolipidemic. It has hypolipidemic activity. So, yung anti-inflammatory, ang maraming sakit kasi will happen because of inflammation. Yung inflammation, nagre-react ka, no? It could be due to pathogen, it could be to a virus or bacteria, so it can cause and trigger an inflammation, and or it can be due to alikabok, dahil inflame yung ano mo, yung respiratory tract, hinihika ka. Okay, so these triterpenes, they have anti-inflammatory function. And hypolipidemic, yung lipids, nabanggit ko kanina, is also termed fats. So, hypo, again, pampababa ng mantika or triglyceride sa katawan. So, yung triterpenes, maganda pala, no? Dahil it will help prevent inflammation, and it has also hypolipidemic activity, pampababa sa ating mga mantika or blood fat, cholesterol, at iba pa sa ating katawan. Lalo na tayo sa Pilipinas, mahilig tayo sa lechon. Okay, again, this information is found in the book Herbal Medicine produced by the National Institutes of Health. Now, we have the triterpenes and polysaccharides. Another research conducted by the Turkish Journal of Agriculture in Food Science and Technology in 2019. They found out from this journal, by the way, these are contributions of several scientists and researchers in their field, and their conclusion is the triterpenes and polysaccharides of Ganoderma contains antioxidant function. Ulitin natin ha, yung antioxidant, okay, pampa-delay ng aging. So kung marami sa atin ay dalawa lang ang gusto natin sa buhay, maging healthy at maging maganda, gwapo, gwapa, no? So pag ang tao ay may pera, dohari ang gusto mo healthy, human sa healthy, mugwapa. And they will spend a lot para mugwapa. So if you want to delay the aging process, sa Bisaya, hindi ka dali mo tiguwang, hindi ka daling magkulubot ang iyong mukha, we have the triterpenes and polysaccharides which have antioxidant properties from our Ganoderma. So makalanghap ka ng mga usok, ng sigarilyo, tambutso, galing sa environment, makainom ka ng soft drinks, hard drinks, which will damage our body, makakain ka ng mga toxins, mga with preservatives, mga chorizo, tocino, barbecue, then yung cellular damage pipigilan. So hindi ka madaling magkulubot ang mukha, hindi ka madaling atakihin, you will live a little longer pag meron tayong antioxidants. And then of course anti-hypertensive. So the number one killer in most countries of the world today is not COVID. It is still cardiovascular diseases. Mamaya I will share to you some statistics in the Philippines. So antihypertensive, pampababa. Okay, in fact, Ganoderma Lucidum was taken among Asian. Ganoderma Lucidum has been used as Asian medicine for 3,000 years. Ginagamit siya sa mga monks while they meditate. They use Ganoderma Lucidum because they can focus at the same time kalma ang kanilang mind at ang kanilang katawan. Okay. And then we have hypocholesterolemic, pampababa din ng cholesterol. These are studies from this Turkish Journal of Agriculture. And then we have inhibit platelet aggregation. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Now, yung inatake ba sa atake sa puso, no, karamihan. What happens is nagbara, particularly the coronary artery. That's why it's also termed coronary artery disease. So, pag nagbara dyan, because of there was an inflammation at first sa inner lining, sa loob mismo ng ugat or blood vessel or artery, sa inner lining, merong gas-gas, merong inflammation, yung mga platelets ay pumunta doon, partneran mo pa ng lechon, barbecue, burgers, chorizo, hotdogs araw-araw, puro pinirito ang ulam, so nagbara. Now, these triterpenes and polysaccharides, they inhibit platelet aggregation. In other words, it helps prevent the blockage of blood vessels. Okay, so napakaganda ang kanyang benefits. Then we have another combined research study of a Japanese university and the Jilin Biological Institute of China and the pharmaceutical laboratory in Torrance, California. So when I first went to California in 2015, I worked there for 4 months. I went to Torrance. Doon ako tumira sa aking first degree cousin na nurse. So this pharmaceutical laboratory in Torrance, California, kasama siya sa study na ito. Tatlo sila combined, Japanese, Chinese, and US. They found out that reishi or Ganoderma Lucidum helps reduce blood pressure, helps reduce blood cholesterol, and inhibits platelet aggregation. The same thing, no? Pampababa sa hypertension, cholesterol, at pinipigilan niya yung platelets na magbara sa ating system. Again, very important medicinal property. So, what are the benefits of all of this? Yung mga binanggit natin kanina na anti-hypertensive, anti-cholesterol, inhibits platelet aggregation, actually, ito yung tinutulungan niya. So, Ganoderma actually helps prevent, letter A refers to attack. Ibig sabihin ng attack, atake, no? Maraming mga inatake, namatay, and then pag na-admit, namatay, iswab pa rin. For some reason, kahit namatay na sa atake, nag-positive. Kaya ang report doon, hindi namatay sa atake, namatay sa COVID. Okay, so, but this is very common, attack, heart attack, or arrest, cardiac arrest. Now, in the Philippines, last 2020, we have these clear statistics from the DOH and the PSA, Philippine Statistics Authority, formerly NSO. How many died in 2020 alone? 99,000 heart attack deaths. Today, sa COVID, 23 na ba or 24,000 sa Philippines? Malayo, no? Malayo sa 99,000 sa 2020. At saka yung 23,000 na deaths sa COVID dyan sa Philippines is 2 years. Nagtaka nga ako kasi familiar ako sa public health. When we do mortality and biostatistics, we do annual. Annual yan. Sa kanila, para mas lalong matakot yung tao, kinumbine nila yung 2020 hanggang June 2021. Kaya mukhang marami. 23,000. Malayo sa 99,000 in 2020 heart attack deaths. Bakit kaya hindi nila na-quarantine yung Marlboro, yung Tanduay, yung lechon, yung humba, yung baboy? Bakit hindi na-quarantine? Ang pinagtripingan nila, i-quarantine yung mga flights, yung mga OFWs, kawawa naman, barbero, ilang buwan walang trabaho, pati balot bindor, bawal magtinda, kawawa naman, ano? So, 99,000 heart attack deaths. In fact, alam natin may mga kakilala tayo kahit naka-quarantine, kahit naka-COVID, may mga kakilala tayo na namatay sa heart attack. Kasi hindi sila kahit naka-quarantine ka, hindi ka ligtas sa heart attack. So yan ang nangyari. Our Ganoderma helps prevent heart attacks and cardiac arrest. Then we have more medicinal benefits. Ulitin natin, antioxidant, antihypertensive, anti-inflammatory, hypocholesterolemic, inhibit platelet aggregation. Anong mangyari pag pinipigilan mo yung high blood na hindi sumubrang taas ng BP? So, hindi ka madaling mangyari. Pangalawa, letter B, anong mangyari pag sobrang taas ang BP mo? Umabot ng 180, 200, 200 plus. When I was an intern, we experienced for the first time, ako, umabot sa 300. Wala, inoperahan na namin sa utak. No? But ang mangyari, pag sobrang taas ng blood pressure at hindi ma-control, ang mangyari ay puputok yung blood vessel inside the brain. And we call is CVA, cerebrovascular accident. And pag pumutok yung blood vessel sa sobrang bilis ng circulation, mag-bleeding inside. So we call it a hemorrhagic stroke. So ang mangyari, pag mag-stroke ang pasyente, paralyzed. Ang mangyari, letter B, bedridden. Kasama ka na sa iyong kama, no? Bedridden ka na. Okay, so diyan ka na kakain, diyan ka na lahat-lahat sa mga mo. Pagbawas mo, lahat diyan na. Bedridden. Yung iba, pag mag-lecture ako ng wellness, tinatanong ko yung mga tao, anong i-prefer niyo kung sa dalawa? No? Kung sakali lang ba? Heart attack or stroke? Yung iba, piliin nila stroke lang kasi may pag-asa. Okay, when I was an intern, meron kaming stroke victim na 57 years old. So, ang total stroke, yung talagang severe, hindi ka na makapagsalita, hindi ka makabangon, hindi ka na makakain, sasabihin mo, dyan ka na, kakabitan ka ng NGT para yung food dyan, papasok sa ilong mo. And then, kabitan ka ng mga sa sa urinary tract, ng tubes para yung urine mo may lalabasan. And then, of course, dyan ka na rin sa bedpan. So, for 1 month, I was in surgery rotation. Yung pasyente lagi nakahiga. So, every morning, rotate namin, instruct namin yung bantay. Yung apo niya, isang apo, huminto sa pag-aral para magbantay sa kanya. Ang mangyari, yung puwit, yung buto sa puwit at saka yung bed, compress. So yung skin, maipit. Pag maipit yung skin, yung circulation dyan mapigilan. Pag walang circulation for a certain period, ang mangyari, yung skin mo dyan ay mamamatay, mangingitim. So every morning, pagtingin ng surgeon, assist ako kasi I was an intern, gugupitan ng surgeon yung skin na itim kasi patay na yon. Pag may dumugo na, buhay na yon, tama na. Every morning, ako yung nagde-dressing. And every morning, palaki ng palaki yung ginugupitan ng surgeon. Hanggang after 1 month, I was in surgery rotation. Nakita ko na yung lumaki na yung butas. Makita ko na namin yung buto doon sa pelvic area niya. Tapos, ang babayaran sa ospital ay palaki ng palaki. So, mamili ka heart attack or stroke. Our products, Ganoderma Lucidum, helps prevent, antihypertensive, anti-cholesterol, antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, makapag-help prevent siya ng stroke, cerebrovascular accidents or diseases, or stroke. In the Philippines, again, these are real statistics, walang daya. 59,000 died of strokes or cerebrovascular deaths in 2020. Yung COVID ngayon, 23 or 24,000, 2 years. No? Panakot ba? Kaya i-combine nila yung 2020 hanggang ngayon para matakot yung tao. Okay. Tapos ibagsak na yung ekonomiya. Sige lang, basta huwag kayong mamatay, matigok. Pero yung pala, ang dami nang natigok sa stroke. Okay. So our products can help prevent these cerebrovascular diseases. Then, Ganoderma Lucidum contains the polysaccharides. These polysaccharides, we have Japanese studies in 1981, 1985, 1986, 2001, and 2004. They found out that these polysaccharides in Ganoderma Lucidum is anti-ulcer. Kaya pala, may kakilala akong downline na dati, nung old kape na suki niya ay lagi siyang ino-ulcer. Nung nakatry siya ng DXN coffee, nawala yung kanyang ulcer. No? So, our polysaccharides is anti-ulcer. Of course, pag meron ka ng ulcer or hyperacidity or gastritis, huwag mong sadyain na huwag kumain. No? I still advise my patients na after breakfast, then tsaka inom ng kape. Okay. So, anti-ulcer. And then, anti-tumorigenic. Ito na naman, nakaka-nosebleed. Ano tong anti? Alam natin yung anti against. Tumor, alam natin tumor. Tumor yung mga tumutubo sa katawan. So, the polysaccharides are actually anti-tumors. It helps prevent tumor formation. Nakapagpigil siya sa mga tumor na tumutubo sa ibang bahagi sa ating katawan. So, napakaganda, no? Then, anti-angiogenic. Itong angiogenic, formation of new blood vessels. Kasi ito palang mga tumors and cancers, kaya sila lumalaki, tumutubo, dahil hinihigop nila yung blood supply ng katawan ng pasyente. Kaya karamihan sa mga cancer patients, the terminal stage, butot balat na lang. Dahil yung sustansya ng pasyente, hinihigop, kinakain ng cancer. Kasi yung mga cancer cells, kailangan nila ng blood supply, ng more blood vessels para sila ay bubuhayin ng katawan. Pero yung polysaccharides, anti-angiogenic. So, hindi magkaroon ng new blood vessels, kaya yung cancer cells or tumors mamamatay, hindi lalaki. And then we have these immunostimulating effects. Ano ibig sabihin ng immunostimulating? Alam natin yung immune system natin, yun ang sandata natin against diseases. Because our Ganoderma has immunostimulating, it helps the body stimulate to produce more natural killer cells. Kaya yung may balak dyan tumutubo na cancer, balak na mag-multiply, ayun, pag meron tayong healthy ang immune system natin, meron tayong polysaccharides from Ganoderma Lucidum, ang cancer cells, anti-cancer cells, natural killer cells, the immune system, maraming mga natural killer cells para papatayin yung mga cancer cells sa simula pa lang. Okay, so that's polysaccharides based on Japanese studies and research. Then we have the triterpenes. Again, based on these Japanese studies in different years, 1981, 85, 86, 2001, and 2004, they found out that the triterpenes, and these are lipids, they are anti-tumorigenic, anti-tumor, anti-cancer. And they found out the study of 4,000 breast cancer survivors, 4,000 na nakasurvive sa breast cancer, 59% of them consumed reishi or Ganoderma. And they also found out in their test tube studies, it showed that GL or Ganoderma Lucidum leads to the death of cancer cells. So sa test tube, meron silang mga tissues doon na ilang kanilang ini-eksperimentuhan na mamatay yung mga cancer cells because of Ganoderma Lucidum. And the triterpenes helps reverse prostate cancer. Okay, so prostate cancer is one of the leading cancer in men. And then colorectal cancer. Colo means colon, doon sa large intestine. Rectal sa rectum, yung ibabaw lang sa rectal area, ibabaw sa puwit. Okay, so it helps reverse these triterpenes. So sa madaling sabi, these triterpenes have anti-tumor functions, or in other words, anti-cancer. Okay. So what happens with all this research? Our Ganoderma, the polysaccharides and the triterpenes actually helps prevent letter C. Kanina A, attack or heart attack. B, bedridden dahil paralyzed ka na, bedridden. C, prevents cancer. Pag may cancer ka, ang mangyari sa iyo, number one na magpa-check up ka sa doktor, ay kailangang tanggalin. Chop-chop ka. No? Chop-chopin yung katawan mo, bahagi ng katawan. So marami na akong kakilala na nagpa-chop-chop sila kahit stage 1, stage 2 pa lang yung breast cancer. Ayun, hindi inabot ng 2 years. Patay. So after chop-chop, bubulungan ka ng majority ha, I'm not saying all, not all doctors favor or very aggressive in all of this, chemotherapy. So $200 billion budget in chemotherapy in America. And you know what? I have a first degree cousin in Canada, 52 years old, breast cancer. Okay, kasi libre sa insurance sa Canada. Sige, chop-chop, opera, hiwa. Then after hiwa, pakimo, kasi nga, insurance eh. After pakimo, radiation. After radiation, letter C. After chemo, letter C, cemetery, patay. 52 years old. Okay, so yan, letter C. Our Ganoderma, the polysaccharides and the triterpenes helps prevent cancer, prevents chop-chop, chemotherapy, and of course, cemetery. Of course, lahat naman tayo pupunta, no? Pero wag naman yung 52 years old. Okay, next, what are the statistics? Again, the Philippine Statistics Authority, in 2020, 62,000 died of cancers. Bakit? Nasaan ang COVID? Ang COVID ay 24,000, 2 years. Okay. So, malayo, no? Okay, so now let's go to more medicinal benefits. Ganoderma lucidum is hypoglycemic. Ano ibig sabihin ng hypo? Again, pampababa. Glycemic sa glucose yan. So, yung blood sugar. It helps reduce blood sugar levels. So, anong sakit na ang mataas ang sugar sa katawan, sa dugo? Alam na natin, no? So, after letter C, anong letter sa sunod sa C? Ay letter D. Ang sakit na yan, na pag mataas ang sugar mo ay diabetes. Okay, so Japanese studies again. They found out in 1981, 85, 86, 2000, 2004 that the Ganoderma lucidum is hypoglycemic. It helps lower blood sugar levels. Of course, researches that are found or contributed in the book Herbal Medicine, they also have the same findings. So, this hypoglycemic helps prevent letter D, itong common na sakit, diabetes mellitus. Mga ka-DXNers, mga ka-health conscious, there are more than 6 million diabetics in the Philippines in 2016. Baka ngayon 7 million na. No? Baka ngayon 7 million na. Yung COVID sa Philippines ay 1 million lang mahigit. No, 1 million lang. Samantalang yung diabetics, more than 6 million noon pa. Eh bakit hindi na quarantine yung Pepsi, yung Coke, yung mga etc. Bakit kaya, no? Hindi ko masagot yan. But our products, the Ganoderma lucidum, helps prevent diabetes mellitus. True research yan, ha? Kasi yung mga diabetics, mahilig yan yung letter D. Ano yan? Dessert. Parang hindi kumpleto ang pagkain kung walang dessert. At yung dessert nila, hindi pwede na isang kutsarang ice cream lang, no? Kailangan isang pint. At saka ito mga to, pag masira ang kidney nila, paborito sila sa mga dialysis centers. Ito mga diabetics, paborito sila sa lahat ng doktor. Kasi itong mga diabetics, pag nagbara yung sugar molecule sa retina, it can cause diabetic retinopathy. Ba't kaya malabo ng paningin? Pa-check up nga sa ophthalmologist. Ayun, paborito. Bubulungan siya nga. Kailangan mo, ma'am, laser surgery. Last April, I was in Cebu. Actually, this June 3 lang ako dumating dito sa US. April, I had a patient in Mandawi City. Noong December, ano pa yung mata niya, diabetic siya, maraming pera. Binulungan siya sa hospital yan, sikat yan sa Cebu, hindi ko na lang banggitin. Ay, sir, kailangan mong magpa-laser. Kasi nga, may sugar ka dyan sa ano mo, sa loob ng mata mo, na ano na yan. Okay, na laser siya. Nung January ay hindi na siya makakita. Tapos nung follow-up check-up, ay sir, i-refer kita sa ibang specialist kasi may inflammation doon sa loob ng ano mo. Nung April at talagang hindi na niya maklaro yung nag-invite sa kanya na best friend niya. Okay. So, diabetic retinopathy. Paborito ka sa ophthalmologist. Next. Yung nagbara na naman sa kidney mo, mangyari, paborito ka sa nephrologist dahil ida-dialysis ka. So, huwag kayong magtaka, yung dialysis center sa Pilipinas ay kaliwat kanan. Yung father ko dito sa US dahil veteran siya, dalawang insurance niya, Medicare at saka VA, dialysis siya. Ang mangyari, pipensyonan mo ngayon yung doctor for life. 2 times a week, 3 times a week. So, okay, so paborito ka ng nephrologist kasi isang pasyente lang, pipensyonan mo ang nephrologist. Of course, paborito ka ng cardio kasi may high blood ka na, yung heart mo, iba na ang function. Of course, paborito ka ng surgeon kasi nangitim yung isang paa mo, puputulin yan. After 3 months, yung kabilang paa naman ang puputulin. Huwag sabay para yung PhilHealth ba, no? May agwat. 3 months. Paborito ka ng lahat ng doktor. Paborito ka ng mga laboratory dahil paulit-ulit kang magpa-monitor sa laboratory mo. Paborito ka ng hospital kahit pabalik-balik ka. Of course, paborito ka ng sa wakas, paborito ka ng St. Peter's. So, mga diabetics, paborito kayo ng lahat ng doctors, hospital, at saka iba pa. Paborito kayo ng mercury drug. Okay. Ilan ang namatay? 37,000 died of diabetes 2020. Yung COVID, 24,000. Marami din kasi 2 years. Okay. Next, Ganoderma Lucidum based on these studies. The Turkish Journal of Agriculture, studies found in the book Herbal Medicine, the Japanese studies that they have antihistaminic, immunostimulating, and immunomodulatory functions. Histamines are modulators of inflammation. So, kaya hinihika yung tao dahil nag-release ng histamines ang kanyang cells katawan. Nagsikip yung kanyang airways. Hindi na makahinga. Yung klima na stuck up. No? Kailangan ng bronchodilator para yung airway magbukas. So, the polysaccharides has antihistaminic. Kaya pala, ang daming gumaling sa hika. No? Mga narinig for the past 7 years, ang dami kong narinig nga, dati dok, hikain ko. Hubakon ba sa Cebuano? May asthma. Nung nag-take siya ng DXN products, nawala. Okay. Isa lang yan. So, napakarami pa. Anti-inflammatory, antihistaminic functions. And of course, we have these autoimmune diseases. Okay. It helps the immunomodulatory. I will share the immunomodulation. Dalawa yan. Pag ang immune system mo may hina, ay palakasin niya. Pag ang immune system mo ay sobra-sobra, nagwala na, hyper, meron ka ng autoimmune disease, pakalmahin niya. Ang tawag dyan, immunomodulation or modulatory. Okay, so the polysaccharides of Ganoderma has immunomodulatory functions. Ang immune system mo ay i-stimulate niya. Or kung sobrang abnormal, pababain niya. Yung immunostimulating naman, it helps stimulate our body in the production of antibodies. to safeguard our body. In letter E is Ganoderma strengthens the body in the exposure. Ma-expose ka sa allergy, nakalanghap ka ng mga usok, sigarilyo, hinika, alikabok, hinika, makalanghap ka ng bacteria, tuberculosis na may nagdura doon sa karsada, na-inhale mo ng bacteria, magkakaroon ka ng tuberculosis. Then, na-inhale mo yung COVID. Okay, ang mangyari, exposed ka sa bacteria or virus. So, our Ganoderma helps our body become strong. Okay. By the way, in the Philippines, 6 million Filipino children have asthma. Bakit kaya hindi na-quarantine yung mga sigarilyo, ano? So, wala. Parang isang sakit na lang ang narinig natin sa bansa natin. Isang sakit na lang. TB, 27,000 died in 2019. Bukod pa sa 2020, no? Ang COVID, 24,000. 23, 24, 2 years. Bakit ang TB? Bakit hindi X-ray lahat ng pumasok sa airport, pumapasok sa pier, pumapasok sa bus terminal? Bakit hindi X-ray or hindi sputum test? The gold standard, by the way, of TB diagnosis is sputum examination or AFB stain. Makikita yung bacteria mismo sa plema. Bakit? Ewan ko lang. Parang unfair, no? Parang, ewan ko lang. So, the best na lang is meron tayong Ganoderma Lucidum, which helps and strengthens our immune system to fight all these pathogens and allergens. Okay, so I think I have covered enough. Hindi ko na pahabain dahil abutin tayo ng hating gabi. Kasi the goodness of Ganoderma, wala, no? Goodness of Ganoderma in economics, goodness of Ganoderma in etc. So in DXN, we live a healthy lifestyle because our slogan, our mission of DXN company is health, wealth, and happiness. And of course, we have our main products. The base product of our company is the Ganoderma. We have the RG Rishigano, which is 90 days old mushroom, and it is a detoxifier. Make sure wag kayong magpawala dito. Kung kumakain kayo ng kanin, ulam araw-araw, kakain kayo nito araw-araw. Ganocilium, the partner, the 18 days old mushroom, it is a balancer. And of course, we have our daily dose of coffee, Ganoderma Lucidum coffee powder, hinalo sa kape. So we have Ganoderma na maiinom natin. And of course, the father of medicine, Hippocrates, already said 2,000 or 3,000 years ago, he said, let your food be your medicine and medicine be your food. Okay, so the references, makita natin. These are the sources. Of course, napakarami pa. Hindi ko na lang ubusin lahat. And of course, I'm a product of the products. So, ito ako ngayon. Yung picture, by the way, yung sa poster, mali yan. Kasi yung katawan ko dyan ay pina-slim ni Sir Jun Antonio. No? Ano yan? Daya yon. Ito ngayon ang katawan ko. Medyo ano na. Thank you.
Who can consume and use DXN products? Since DXN products are natural health products, they are suitable for all categories of people, starting from infancy to old age and the sick. Make sure you find the time and spend some money for your health before it is too late. DXN products help your body to maintain optimal health. Give them a try, and you will feel the benefits of DXN products in a more natural way. Thank you for spending your time with us.